Jake, now that you've had a full spring, summer, and preseason camp, is the new offense 100% in? Are you guys close? How much do you feel you guys are ready to go?
No, it's 100% in. I mean, obviously, each and every week there's going to be new additions that we think are going to work better and little tweaks here and there to certain plays for every week. But whole offense is in, and we're ready to go.
Jake, what's the biggest difference between, say, a typical week during the fall and then game week?
Well, I mean, I think the most obvious and biggest thing is the film preparation. Having to go from practice to the film room for me and get my daily film work in and being able to really focus on what we got to do to, attack a defense. I think in the fall, you really work on yourself and what you have to do to get better. And then going into the season, it's really what we can do to score points offensively.
But why just 1 week?
What do you mean?
1 week of coachable prep.
Well, I mean, our coaches obviously have been doing it for a long time. I mean, we started last week some for me, but I mean, you're only going to have a week going forward from here. So, but our coaches have spent the whole summer and stuff looking at it though.
Jake, just talk about how you feel, maybe confidence-wise, as yourself as a player. Have you developed, from last offseason to this offseason, even with the new offense? Everyone saying you have a good grasp of what's going on and developing to a leader. But how do you feel personally going to, another full year being a quarterback here at USC?
Yeah, I feel very confident. Very confident in our team and what we expect to do this year. The people that we have on our team, it's a great group of guys that are really investing in one another. Want what's best for each other. But for me, yeah, I'm real confident going into this year. I feel like I've learned a lot over the past 2 years getting to play. I think that can be said for a lot of guys on our team. A lot of guys had to play early as freshmen. And so I think that is going to really help us this year and being able to use those experiences that we've had the past 2 years to help us out.
Jake, how much has Debo held himself back or maybe been held back a little during this preseason camp?
Not at all. I mean, he's full go. He's real explosive. Looks like himself. I don't see any issues in that regard. But he's been 100% helping us out.
Jake, what do you feel is different about you heading into this season than maybe some of the other seasons?
Just more confident in what defenses are going to try to do. To stop us, just more knowledgeable of football in itself, and then just overall more confident in what I'm doing.
Jake, it's been a while since fans, media have really seen the offense in action. What aspect of the offense do you think Saturday, when people see, what are you hoping they'll go, wow, about? That was really impressive.
I think, for one, the tempo, and I think we showed that in the spring. The ability to go fast, but I think we going to show the ability to do that the whole game and be able to back off some when we need to or push it. I think that's going to be one thing that people see, and then I think also the aggressiveness that we're going to play with, whether it be in the run game or the pass game, really pushing the ball down the field, attacking the defense.
Also, you grew up in the state. Is it a little more exciting for you to open the season at home?
Oh, for sure. I mean, the first 3 games are at home, so I think that's huge for our fan base, huge for our players to be here with the best fans in the nation, really behind us, supporting us all the way. I know it's going to be an awesome atmosphere the first game, and I'm ready for it.
Jake, I mean, Debo's getting a lot of national attention, and rightfully so, but do you feel like Brian Edwards, aside from the people that maybe see him in this area a lot from the national standpoint, they kind of write off Brian Edwards?
I wouldn't say they necessarily write him off, and I know he's not, worried about that either. But for sure, he's one of the most. He's one of the best receivers I've ever played with. I mean, if you look at it, Debo's had some setbacks, and Brian's been able to carry our wide receiver group the past 2 years, really, and to be able to come in as a freshman and contribute a lot to our offense. That's something not a lot of people do in college, and he had a big year last year. And just seeing the strides that he's made leadership-wise, and just the drive that he has to get better each and every day, he's definitely one of the best receivers in the nation as well.
of the weapon of the tempo be utilized for you guys, and how much more of an efficiency is that for you guys, just because of the fact that you have weapons as players, but how can the tempo itself be a weapon?
Well, I think for one, I mean, the defense can move around before the play and kind of freelance and do whatever they can. So I think using tempo is one of the biggest advantage that we can have offensively against a defense. They have to line up fast. They can't disguise as much. And if they don't get a call in most of the time, it's just going to be the easiest, man-to-man coverage call they can get to. So being able to get one-on-one matchups going fast and just if the defense gets out of position, taking advantage of that.
Jake, what have you seen out of J.C. Horn?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the, biggest surprises, biggest, kind of kid you just look at, wow, like that's a big-time play. And he made those all camp. I mean, all camp. He made play after play. Real confident. I mean, he came up to me one day and was just like, hey, man, if it's one-on-one with Brian, just throw it up. Because he knows he's either going to make a play or he's going to get scored on. And but he has confidence that he's going to make a play. And that's what he wants. He wants the ball thrown at him every play so he can do what's best for our team.
Did he pick you any times?
Oh, for sure. For sure. He got me a few times. Mike got a little lucky, but no. But he's a great player, though. And he's really, really coachable from what I've seen. And I'm sure T. Rob and Coach Muschamp would tell you the same thing. But just it seems to be a guy that's always around the football.
As you kind of go through the camp process, is there ever a point where you get a little fatigued of going in against the same guys? And is this week almost a little bit of refreshing just because you're like, I'm going to be seeing something different for the first time in a while?
Oh, for sure. I mean, going against T. Rob and Coach Muschamp defense every day is fun because it makes you better. But some days they get you, and T. Rob lets you hear about it. So those days aren't fun. But, I mean, each and every day going against the best coaching staff and the best players really makes us better. But like you said, getting a chance to play against somebody else is nice, and to prepare for someone else and just be ready to play is going to be fun.
Jake, where do you think this offense has made the biggest strides over the last month of fall camp?
I think just attention to detail. I think being able to know the little things that are important and being able to hone in on that and realize that those are the little things that are going to help us win ball games. Whether it's, what position they are when they're blocking, knowing where the ball's coming, just little things like that to make us a better offense. I think the guys have really focused in on that.
Jake, how does your offensive line look so far this year?
Yeah, they're great. They're great. I mean, they've really improved a lot this offseason, gotten a lot stronger. Really did a good job of staying in the film room and just grinding away. I mean, I think each scrimmage we had, the run game has been spectacular. Running backs are running hard. There's big holes for them to run through. And then in the pass game, I mean, the communication between me and Donnie is the best it's ever had. Been through my time here. So just being able to be on the same page and be able to pick up whatever blitz is coming.
Bryson was talking about the bands that Coach Muschamp handed out, taking each week at a time. How important is that, especially for the younger guys, knowing that next week, of course, is going to be a big game. The state's going to be going nuts, but to make sure you guys don't, overlook Coastal and be able to do what you guys got to do.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most important things that us older guys have to make sure that the team's locked in on is to treat every week the same. Coach talks about all the time a nameless and faceless opponent. You don't look at the name or who they've beat or what they've done. Just the scheme that they do and the players that they have. And just go in every week, treat it like a one-game season, and just prepare each and every week the same. Every week's a season. Yeah. I have mine. I don't know what happened to it.
Jake, what makes the season opener so special? And do you, after a couple years, do you still get the same sort of jitters and butterflies? And I guess the third question to that, does it seem like it's been a long time since you guys have taken the field?
I mean, yeah, to kind of start from the latter portion of that question, yeah, it has. I mean, it felt like it's been forever since we've played someone else, since we've been able to strap it up and go compete on Saturday in front of our fans. But it's special to be at home. It's special to be at home in front of our fans and the atmosphere that's going to be there. A lot of guys are excited. And I think it's great for our freshmen that are going to play to kind of be at home and to get the first game out of the way. But like you said, it's great to be here and just in front of our fans and ready to get it going.
One more question about the offense. I know we've talked a lot about that this camp. Do you set any expectations about what you want to see from it this Saturday, or is it just kind of whatever happens, happens?
Well, I mean, I think we want to play, smart football. I think we want to take care of the ball, and that's every game, but especially this game. Coming out the first game, you don't want careless turnovers. Take care of the ball, and just playing hard each and every snap. Having a so what now what mentality that if you miss a block on the first play, then get it right the next play, and just come out there each and every play, giving it all you got.
Jake, what do you think about the all gas, no brakes slogan?
I mean, I think it's a great representation of what our offense is going to be this year, and what our team's going to be. And there's no let up. There's no brakes. I mean, I hate to say it, just like the slogan, but really there isn't. It's full speed ahead, and just in whatever aspect it is, whether it's in the film room, in the classroom, or on the field. Just giving it all you got and not worrying about what comes next. Just focus on what you got to do that play.
How many sayings do you guys have? How many slogans do you guys have as a team?
Oh man, a lot. Between Coach Muschamp and Coach Gilman, just little things here and there that you can just remember that keep you locked in and focus on what you got to do.
So what now what? Your favorite?
Yeah, I'd say so what now what is probably it. Every week's season is pretty good too. All right. Yes, sir.